Hey, Shalom Israel. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. It started out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. I'm Priest and Officer Tapazar. This Priest and Officer IBR with me. You know what I'm saying? This is ISUPK Killeen's weekly Sabbath service. Um, and we'll be getting into Genesis chapter 26. You know what I'm saying? I believe 12 through 28. But with that, I'm Mijum, which means to stand.
La Yashala.
La Yashala. We're going to start off with the prayer. So it's Sar Hakwadam, which means turn and face the east.
All right, this is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Shabbat
Shemayim.
Quadash.
Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malataka. Taba'ah. Ratazai. Hayah. Asha. Baratazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanaw. Lakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalaknaw. Kabawatnaw. Kasalaknaw. Kabawatinaw. Wala'ah. Tabia'anaw. Bonasai 1. A ball. Hawashanaw. Mayun. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Wahala'ah. Wahatapara. La'awalamyu. Aman.
In the English, our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name. Yahweh. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
This is a prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's like it. Bashim Yahushai.
Baba Kushah. Nathanaw. Hakak. Lara Pa'ah. Kal Makalah. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. Latahar.
Amatazarium.
Hakak. Lahakoyam. Hamathium.
Hakak.
Al-Rakawat. Hatama Allah. Lagarsham. Bashim Yahushai. Tawada Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
So be it.
This is a prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh. Why
Yahushai.
Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Mataza Ba'ah. Alawap Yohana. Ha Alawapya. Hasaranya. Hakwa Tazayanya. Hakar Yoyau. Wa Wakya. Yahweh. Bashim Yahushai. Tawada Aman.
In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
And
Yahushai.
And Michael.
And the angels. Commanding General Yohana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. The sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai.
Thank you.
So be it.
This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharyim.
Al-Haharyim.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azaria.
Azaria.
Ma'am.
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayam.
Shemayam.
Wa'ratazah. Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Bagalka.
Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hana. La'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashan. Shawamar. Yasharallah. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Tazalka. Al-Yah. Yamyanka. Yawamam. Hashamash. La'ah. Yakaka. Wayarak. Balayala. Yahweh. Yashamarka. Bakara. Yashamar. Atnapasha. Yahweh. Yashamar. Taza'afka. Wabawa'aka. Ma'ata. Wa'ad. Awalam.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
The sun shall not smite thee by day.
Nor the moon by night.
Nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out.
And thy coming in.
And thy coming in.
From this time forth.
From this time forth.
Even forevermore.
Even forevermore. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al-Damayalaka. Al-Takarash.
Al-Tashakwat.
All. Kayahana. Awayabyaka. Yahama Yawan. Ra'ash. Al-Amaka. Ya'arayamwa. Sawada. Wayata. Ya'atazawa. Al-Tazapawanka. Amawa. Lakawa. Wanakakidam. Magawa. Wala'ah. Yazakar. Sham Yasha'ala. Awada. Kaya. Nawa'atazawa. Laba. Yakadwa. Al-Yaka. Mawa'aba. Wahagaria. Gabal. Wa'amawan. Wa'amalak. Palashath. It's like it. I'm Yeshabia. Tazawar. Gumashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zarawa. Labanya. Salah. Aisha Laham. Kamadian. Kasaya Sarah. Yahweh. Oh, it's like it. Kayabian. Banakal. Kwayashwan. Nashad Mawah. Bayanda Ara. Hawa. Daman. La'ada Amar. Shayatamwa. Nada. It's like it. Nadab Yamawa. Ka'ara. Wakaza Abak. Wakal Tazamana. Called Nasa Yakamwa. Ashar. Amawa. Nayarash. Lanawa. Ath. Na'awath. Alahayim. Alahaya. Shayatamwa. Kagagala. Kakwash. Lapanya Rawaka. Ka'ash. Tabia Ira. Wakala Abba. Talahat. Haryim. Khan. Taradatma. Basa Irika. Wabasa Wapathka. Tabalaham. Malaha. Panyaham. Kwalawan. Wayabakwashwa. Shamka. Yahweh. Yabashwa. Wayaba'awa. Ayai. Kwaya. Kaparwa. Waya. Abadwa. Waya. Da'aiwa. Kayata. Shamka. Yahweh. Labadka. Al-Yawan. Al-Karatazah.
Psalms 83 in the English, Keep not thy silence, O power.
Keep not thy silence, O power.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O power.
Be not still, O power.
Follow thy enemies.
Follow thine enemies.
Make a tumult.
Make a tumult.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said.
Come.
Let us cut them off.
Let us cut them off.
From being a nation. That the name of Israel.
That the name of Israel
may be no more remembrance.
May be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
With
one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. Gabal. Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur is also joined with them. They have hope of the children of Lot. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As unto Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kison. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. Like Ziel. Yea, all their princes. As Zabah. And Zalmunna. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of the power. In possession. O my power. Make them like a wheel. As the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. As the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them. With thy tempest. Make them afraid. With thy storms. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh. Let them be confounded forever. And in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou whose name alone. Is Yahweh. Art the most high. Over all the earth. Sar, turn. Oh, yeah. All right, Shalia, which means to sit. So Shalom Israel. So Shalom Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Baruch to the brothers, and Shalom Yahweh Shema Salakia. Shalom Yahweh Shema Latham Bashem Yahushai. Salakia. Shalom Yahweh Shamar Alatham Bashem Yahushai to the sisters. We getting back to Genesis 26. At this time, Abraham is he's passed, and you know what I'm saying, now everything's is left to Isaac. Isaac's starting out his, you know what I'm saying, journey, walking with the Most High, you know what I'm saying, after his father passed with his rib, Rebecca. And he's still dwelling in the lands that his father moved around in, and he's pretty much like dealing with kind of the same situations. You know what I'm saying? We'll just let you know, it's like, we think that, like, living in America, sometimes we feel like when people discuss what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have gone through in terms of like the atrocities or the suffering or the oppression that's been committed against us, a lot of like, they got labels, and they do this on purpose. You'll hear terms like baby boomers, or you'll hear terms like Generation X, or Gen Z, or I don't know what's in between Gen Z and I think they have a new one now, like the millennials, or they try to label each generation as if there's some type of change in how things go. Like the Lord said, there's nothing new under the sun. But the reason why our oppressor labels the generations in that way, because they want to separate one generation from the other. You understand? When really our life in oppression is about knowing who to blame. Right. You understand? But what they do, even like right now, I know some of y'all probably got children. The way that they do their homework and the way that they do their classes and their studies is completely different from what you did. So it already creates a disconnect between you and them, because when you try to help them with their homework, it's like you got to learn again, like how they're learning. Right. Or you'll say, "Oh, I ain't learned math that way." Like I remember I was dealing with my kids. They had a math tree. Like they were breaking down adding and subtraction to like branches. I was like, why are they doing that? It's right. When I was coming up, it was stacked on top of each other like blocks. Then they change it. They do that on purpose because they're trying to separate and sever the connection between the parent and the child. When what the Lord gave us, the Lord told us that He said, when you're going over these laws, statutes, and commandments, Teach them to your children while they're in the house. Write them on the walls. So everybody has the same blueprint, the same understanding, and we just carry it on through the generations. You understand? But they try to separate the generations to make them think that things have changed. You understand? And the point of me saying all this is because what Abraham went through in a Gerar or in the land of Amalek where the Canaanites lived, where the Lord had promised to give him that land, it's the same thing his son was going to go through. Why? Because what the Lord said don't change. The Lord don't change. You understand? The Lord saying that he will put us on top of all the nations if we kept his law, statutes, and commandments, that don't change. We're in this condition right now because we went against what he said. But if we were to get in tune and do what he said, then we're going to be on top like he said. The Lord don't change. What he say don't change. And what our oppressor does and what our people fall into a lot of the times is we feel like, oh, that was back then.
Right.
Like even when you hear about like the relationships and stuff about how the marriages lasted for 50 and 60 years, you hear some of our sisters say, well, back then, like women didn't have a right to vote. They couldn't work. So all they had to do was depend on the man. Now we got power. Like they feel like because you were given the right to earn money that now you've gained something.
Right.
When really all the oppressor was doing was he had another person to tax, and it took you off of you as a sister, it took your eyes off of the children and building a home. The scriptures say that a wise woman builds her home, but a foolish woman tears it down with her hands. You are putting in 8 hours a day, 16 hours a day for the oppressor.
Right.
And he's getting your taxes and he's getting your energy and labor to build up his kingdom while your household falls to pieces. The Lord gave Isaac the covenant to build up his house, to build into a nation, to build up as a power. And we give our power now. Us as men, we have to go out there and do what we do. But what our sisters should be doing is putting that energy into the home and into the children, because you give them this information and this knowledge, it frees them up to be able to really make a change. Not a change like on some generational wealth, but the heritage that we receive from the Most High, which is these laws, statutes, and commandments, these morals that we stand on. You understand that will give us real power. You understand? But Isaac is going through the same thing that Abraham went through. Why? Because it don't matter if you're LeBron or if you're Jordan, right? Jordan was making all that money. His father gets murdered over some, we don't know what happened, right? He gets unalived, right? Jordan had problems even at his heights. LeBron, he still got problems at his heights.
Right.
He can still get pulled over and unalived by the police.
Right.
We think because we move into a new generation that things have advanced and we've progressed. We've progressed from where we was at because we're not out there in slave rags no more on plantations picking cotton. But but now we working 16 hours and doing double shifts and working midnight shifts for the warehouse, for Amazon. Right. It's just Amazon is the plantation. You understand? You still trying to make ends meet. You still living off of the scraps that your oppressor gives you. It's just the what do you call it? The I don't know how to put it. Like the program has changed. Like it's the same matrix. Yeah. It's just a new software. Like with an update, right?
Right.
Like the phone update. It ain't too much change. It's just some different features, but you're going through the same thing. You understand? And that's the problem. We think that when the oppressor does a software update, that everything is now that the core hardware has changed. That's why we say things like systemic racism. Right. It's the hardware into the system. You know what I'm saying? You might get different software. Oh, okay, a new phone cover, a new phone design, but it's the same. It's the same trap, man. So, like I said, we about to get into it right now. We at Genesis 26:12. Like I said, Abraham was dealing with issues with living in Amalek's land. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord promised to him. Isaac's going to deal with the same situation. That's why we got to teach our children these laws, statutes, and commandments, and give them the history of our records and what we went through, because the things that were written aforetime were written for what? Our learning. Right. You understand? Our learning. And it's and like as my camp leader always tell me, Officer Caraba 5000 over Killeen, Texas, he always say indirect experience is the best experience. Right. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to eat from the knowledge of the tree of good and evil. You can eat from the tree of life, which is seeing what you shouldn't do and then don't do it. Right. And then you benefit from that. It's everlasting. It's everlasting life. And what does that mean? It don't mean that you live forever physically. It's meaning that you're able to pass this wisdom down to your children and their children's children, and your reputation and your name stays intact. Right. That's a spotless life in a immortal life. It's the reputation of you, because a lot of times we're so selfish. We think about our name like as if like my personal name, but your name is your house. We don't even think in them terms. We don't think about, okay, how's this going to affect my kids, kids? That's why the scriptures say a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Right. What does that mean? Is that talking about leaving a generational wealth or a trust fund? That's not what he's talking about. The inheritance is our culture. That's right. So what it means is that a good man has trained up his children to where his children are going to train up their children. Right. And the inheritance gets passed all the way through because of what he taught them. Now, I'm going to stop there, Salaki. Let's go ahead and get into it. It's 26 and 12? All right, Salaki. Yeah.
Come with guns. Hey, this is Genesis.
Hold on, Salaki. You want some water? You guys, I'll be right back, y'all. Salaki, please go ahead.
Come with guns. Yeah. This is Genesis 26 and 12 in the Hebrew. Wayad Tazara'ai, Yatazak, Ba'ratazah, Hahawa'ah, Waya Mataza'ah, Bashar Naha, Hahawa'ah, Ma'aha, Sha'irayam, Waya Baka'awa, Yahweh, verse 12, verse 13. Waya Gadal, Ha'ayash, Wayalak, Halawak, Wagadal, Aid, Kaya, Gadal, Ma'ada, verse 14. Wayahaya, Lawa, Makwana, Salakia, Makwa Naha, Taza'an, Wama Kwanaha, Bakar, Wa'a Bada'a, Salaki, Wa'ai Badaha, Rabaha, Waya Kwanawa, Salaki, Waya Kwanaawa, Athal, Palashthayam, verse 15.
Palashathium.
Oh, Palashathium. Verse 15. Wakal, Haba Arath, Ashar, Hapar Rawa, Abide, Abba Hawa, Abu Yawa, Salakia. Baya 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 Maha, Salakia. Baya Maya, Abarium. Abba Abba Salakia. Abu Yawa. Sata Mawawam. Palashathium. Waya Mala Salaki. Waya Mala Awam. Ipar. Verse 16. Waya Amar. Yam Salakia. Abba Yamalak. All. Yatizak. Laka. Ma'ai Manawa. Kaya. I Tazamath. Mama Salakia. Mama Nawa. Ma'aid. Salakia. Ma'ad. Verse 17. Wayalak. Salakia. Masham. Yatizak. Waya Khana. Bana Banakal. Garara. Wayashab. Sham. Verse 18. Wayashab. Yatizak. Waya Kapara. Ata. Ba'arath. Hamayim. Ashar. Kaparawa. But Salakia. Baya Maya. Bayamya. Abarium. Abba Yawa. Waya Salakia. Waya Satham Waya Satham Mawam. Palashathium. Waya Salakia. Waya Kwara'a. Lahayan. Shamawath. Salakia. Kashamath. Ashar. Kwara'a. Lahayan. Abba Yawa. Right. I'm going to read in English. This is Genesis 26, start at verse 12. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold.
Right. So Isaac, basically, when it said he sowed into the land, which is like basically, he invested in the area that he was in, where he was at. You know what I'm saying? And within that same year, received 100-fold. And you about to find out why. You understand? You gotta understand, like, this is why I was saying in the beginning about things don't really change.
Right.
So, but we're gonna find out though. So, like I said, he sold into the land he was at. This is the land that's promised to him by that was promised to Abraham, right? That's surrounded by people that already occupy it. So things don't really change. Our land right now is currently occupied, and we're surrounded by. And when I say our land, I'm not talking about like just Israel,
Right.
Cause see, like in our heads, like even in our heads, when we talk about how the oppressor came to this land that we're currently in, the lands of the north, and he took it from Gad, you have to understand the whole earth belonged to us.
Right.
The world was made for our sakes. Our capital is Israel, but
Damn.
the earth belonged to us.
Right.
Now, of course, the Lord has boundaries for the other nations to occupy, but this entire place belongs to us.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But we're surrounded by, we're surrounded by those who were created to serve us. You understand? And so Isaac is in the process of building on the foundation that his father set up. So, go ahead, Salaki.
And the Lord blessed him. Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great.
You understand? Like this is I love this, man. And Salakia, if I could real quick, I want to just give a quick shout out to Officer Malakwath and his entire house, but specifically his rib Aliyashaba, who just delivered the scroll. And the scroll is named Yatazak. You understand?
Right.
And but that's just real quick. You know what I'm saying? I love them both. You know what I'm saying? My brother and he's my Lord, but my brother and my sister. You know what I'm saying? But congratulations to them. The Lord is good, man. He's merciful, man. And just shout out to them. But go ahead though.
So verse 14. For he had possession of flocks and possession of herds.
Listen, man. Look, man. Yeah. When you have flocks and herds, what do you need? For flocks and herds to really grow, you know what I'm saying? It say he waxed great, he grew great. That's what wax means, to grow.
Right.
He grew great, but then he grew even greater because of the greatness that he was growing in.
Right.
He became very great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the first year you make 10 million.
Right.
Then the next year you make 100 million. Like you just 10x it.
Right.
That's what was going on with this brother in terms of what he was what he was developing. Because back then it was flocks and herds. That's like the business. Go ahead, keep reading.
And great store of servants.
Great store of service. Because now look, if you got a whole bunch of sheep, you need employees.
Right.
So you got people to hire.
Right.
You understand? And I'm gonna be real with you. It was just Isaac.
Right.
So when he was hiring, there were no Israelites.
Right. Damn.
He was hiring the people of the land. The same way how you go in how you be in your city and the so-called Arab or the so-called whoever, the East Indian or the Pakistani, whatever these nations are, they be owning like the fast food restaurants, or your oppressor who owns, you know what I'm saying, whatever place you work at, they have to hire the people that are in the community. You understand?
Right.
Why? Because they built a business within your area, and they have to hire you. They don't go bring. They might put their people up in management, but they hire who's there.
Right.
Same thing as Isaac is doing, and it's hard for us to imagine that, because what do we own where we hire the other nations? You rarely see that.
Right.
But that's when you think about the kingdom of heaven, that's what that is.
Right.
It's us having the capital, the resources, and we employ them. They have to come to us for benefits. Right now, we go to them for benefits, right? Oh, you got a job with benefits?
Good night.
Well, who's giving that?
Right. Damn.
We get excited about benefits.
Damn.
Oh, it got good dental, good health. It got a 401k. We get excited about that.
Right.
You're an employee, a servant. Salaki, go ahead,
Sir. And the Philistines envied him.
Who?
The Philistines envied him.
Who did Amalek's people? That's what we was reading in Psalm 83. Palashah.
Right.
The Philistines. This is who David we end up going up against.
Right.
So-called Africans, Hamites.
Right.
This is who Amalek was. This is who his people end up. They became them, sworn enemies. So everything that the Lord ends up telling Moses in Deuteronomy 7 is based off of this right here.
Right.
Because why? Things don't change.
Right.
Oh, like right now, it's a whole upheaval about, Captain Tazaryak was on Clubhouse. They call it the 100 side, right? It's where like Whack 100 and all of his, cohorts,
right,
or you know what I'm saying,
the
constituents,
right.
the water priest, where they reside at as far as like getting all that drama going, right? And one of the last encounters that Captain Tazaryak had with them was about the boot kiss. Now, everything they do is for content. But it was all this controversy over the boot kiss, right? Like it was like basically saying, why should y'all make them, these people who have done nothing to you, make them do that for what people who they didn't even know did?
Right. Because
what we know the truth is, the people, the oppressors that are here now are their forefathers.
Right.
They're the same. They're one and the same. This is why we suffer the punishments, because the Lord don't say, oh, your forefathers did this, you got a clean slate.
Right.
You do have a clean slate in the sense of you could do what he say from the get-go, but there's going to be a level of suffering that you have to endure. Like we suffer, I forget who the prophet that said it, but it says that we suffer for our sins.
Right.
We're going through what we're going through right now because of what our forefathers did. And then when the prophets talk about it, they don't say, oh, for what they did. They say we sinned against you, Lord. Like they claim responsibility.
Right.
Even though we wasn't there, but we was there. If you understand. You understand? But what they try to put in our heads is that the generations are separate. Like there's separate things going on. No, it's one river going through it's one river going through our records, but it's a river of lineage.
Right.
This is why when Christ, I'm gonna keep it short, but when Christ spoke about, when he was talking to the Pharisees, he said all the righteous blood of Abel down to Zacharias, whom you slew between the horns of the altar. Do you understand how much time it is between Abel and Zacharias?
Good night.
He said, all the righteous blood is come upon you. He's talking about the entire line. That's why he was like, he was like, yo, fill you up the measure of your fathers. Christ is talking to he's talking to our people, but what he's making you understand is that there's a line. You are your fathers.
Right.
You are. You understand?
Right.
And so Salaki. So what Abraham went through with Amalek, Isaac is going through with Amalek's sons and his sons.
Yeah.
And it said the Philistines envied him. The same way when we got released out of or not even released, when we got put when basically the prisoners were allowed to walk the yard after slavery. That's all it was. We got let out the cell, and now y'all can roam the yard.
Right.
Cage-free birds, right?
Damn.
And we went and built those cities, built Rosewood, I think Opelika, Louisiana, out there in the famous one in Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, right? You gotta understand, this is during the period of the Dust Bowl. They were going through an extreme depression. Why did they go through depression? Because their labor force was gone.
Right.
They call us lazy. They say that we ain't got no. Please live up by your bootstraps.
Right.
But we were their labor force. We were what fueled the economy, in America. So when all that labor force went away, all that production was stopped.
Right.
They didn't have those skill sets to go out there and create the resources that we were producing for them with no wages. Right. For 400 years. It came to a halt. So it's like, damn, what do? We were cooking their meals. We were making their clothes, tending their fields, tending their livestock. It was us. So when all that intellectual capital left from them, they went right into a depression. And you know what we did? We took our skill sets and built for ourselves.
Right.
And you know what happened? They envied us.
Right.
Oh, this brother went and we can't say the word, but you know, he took a white woman and did what he saw fit with her, and then murdered and massacred the whole town.
Right.
It's the same. Look, that's why we don't make distinctions between when we say oppressor. We call the current oppressor the oppressor, but we've been oppressed by every nation on the planet outside of maybe Japheth.
Right.
Salaki. Right? Outside of Japheth,
Right.
what you want to call the Pacific Islanders, every other nation has touched us and harmed us. So it don't change. It don't matter if it's the Hamite, the African, or if it's the East Indian, or if it's the Asian, the Ammonite, the Moabite,
Right.
or if it's now currently the Edomite. It don't matter.
Right.
They all have done us harm.
Right.
And we've always been in a position where they saw us and they envied us. When Pharaoh saw the Israelites, how we were growing, it said he looked at us and it was like, oh man, like they becoming powerful and strong.
Right.
We got to do something about that.
Right.
It's the same story. So why am I saying this? Because a lot of sisters and brothers living here in this hell, what do we say? We got to build an empire. Right. I'm looking for a partner to build an empire. Your empire is going to be brought down because you're within a empire that seeks your destruction.
Right.
We coming up on Purim, right?
Mm-hmm.
We was up under the Persians. We already was under their thumb. But if they saw even one of us, what was it? Hammond saw Mordecai. Mm-hmm. He saw one of our people coming up. He just, Mordecai was just a real, he was a real nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He did his job. He was a real nigga. He clocked in, did what he's supposed to do, and did it with excellence.
Right.
And his boss was like, the king was like, dang, let me go on the records. He saw, I got to reward this cat. And when Hammond saw the reward that he thought he wanted to get for himself for doing no work,
right?
You know what I'm saying? That's how Esau is.
Yeah.
Amalek, that's how Esau is. They don't do nothing, but they want all the rewards, right? They over there on Kanye right now.
Right.
You gonna stop them anti-Semitic comments? He was like, he over there producing new albums and creating new fashion. Adidas want the benefit of Kanye, right, and want to try to replicate his product, and it did none of the work.
Right.
And it failed because we are the capital. We are the salt.
Right.
You understand? And you gonna talk about the anti-Semitic comments? He's like, black people can't be anti-Semitic. We are Jew.
Right. Right.
Most high Christ. That's because he ran into Captain Zaryak on the 100 side, and Captain Zaryak schooled him. Right. They watched in class. Stop being ashamed of your culture and ashamed of the ISUPK. Commander General Yohana has given us everything because Christ gave us everything.
Right.
And Commander General Yohana is doing his duty by giving us what Christ gave us.
Right. The
truth. You at home. You can rest. Well, we ain't in our rest, but you can. It's a little sanctuary. You can rest in the truth.
Real talk.
You understand? You don't need to be ashamed of your culture. You understand? Or look at this thing as if you can build something here. Christ is coming to take this earth for himself, man, and for those that are loyal to him. You understand? He's coming to rule over the kingdom, not to build it. That's our job.
Right.
You understand? And how do we build it? We build it within ourselves. Salaki, go ahead,
Makan, sir. This is Genesis chapter 26, verse 15. For all the wells which were his father's servants had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them.
They did what?
Had stopped them.
They burned down Black Wall Street. They burned down Rosewood. All the gains that we try to make, like right now, on my memories on my Facebook, a thing came up where a black family, husband and wife, they both were well-to-do. They had a house that was worth $500,000. Mm-hmm. When they went to go get an appraisal themselves, the appraiser, who was an oppressor, appraised it for $300,000. They had a white friend go do the same appraisal as if the house was hers, and they appraised it at $650,000 Think about how with an appraisal they rob and take away $200,000. But when they had their friend do it, they gave $150,000 on top of it.
Right.
You see how they do? Stocked up the wells. They say just through real estate, right? Over the last 200 years, we've lost billions as a people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Let alone the land robbery from the native our Gadite brothers. You know what I'm saying? And what's is Gad and
Reuben.
And Reuben. You understand? Out there in Florida, like the land they've stolen, just outside of that. But even when we get a home, they take from us again.
I'm right.
They stop the wells up. So what Abraham dealt with, Isaac gonna deal with. What Jordan dealt with, LeBron gonna deal with. Don't ever get it confused, because now you got your IT degree. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or now, oh yeah, sisters love to say, I'm in real estate. I got a boutique.
Right.
You on Instagram and your boutique is popping. It don't change, because like even for the sisters now who got the salons and the brothers who got the barbershops, they now they created a new law. If you have an LLC, if you don't fill out a certain form, they gonna hit you with a $500 a day fine.
Right.
If you don't file a certain form for your LLC. Every time we get an angle and start coming up, they got something there for you. I'm gonna get over in crypto. Now you got BlackRock and what's the other company? BlackRock and I can't think of the company, but they basically they own at least 80% of all the companies that are in the earth.
Right.
They bought up at least 50,000 Bitcoin. Come out to like 15 billion or something like that. Whatever angle you try to go, they're gonna go and stop the well. No, go ahead, please.
It's so heavy what you're bringing out. Even when you're saying like just with the housing alone, how they rob us.
Yeah,
it's something called a racial covenant clause inside of your property deeds that's still going on today. And I just want to read it, sir.
Please.
The racial covenant says property shall not be conveyed to, owned, used, occupied by any person other than a white or Caucasian race, right? And it says this has been construed to restrict against persons of Indian, Mexican descent, except that they be servants of white or Caucasian race that occupy the servants' houses. So this is a clause that's still inside of property deeds, still to this day. So if you know what I'm saying, like all of this is they still trying to rob us based off that in 2024, sir. So like,
man, good night, man. Good night. I'll bring that out, man. Like I just want y'all to understand that, it's a lot of stuff on Instagram and social media about manifesting and you can't be stopped if you broke. It's only because you don't work hard. Listen, do not fall for that.
Right.
And like Commander Jordan Johanna said, it wasn't meant for us to work hard.
Right.
That's why you be so mad. That's why you want to, basically, you back in mama house and you move back in with mama. You like, man, you basically on some F this job.
Right.
I'm tired of this. I hate going. That's why you feel like that. Because you wasn't meant to be doing it like this.
I'm right.
You don't know the feeling of waking up in the morning and there's income coming to your account every day, and you ain't lifted a finger to do nothing. You just checking to make sure that the manager is running your business properly. Right. You don't even know that feeling to get up in the morning and look at your kids and say, "Let's go here. Let's go eat over here. Damn. Let's go over here and go to this country and go. Not even a bake. You can't see the word vacation. It's like an escape.
Good night.
Our oppressors don't have vacations. Right. They're just living.
Damn.
Going to Monaco or going to Teterboro is not a vacation for them. They're not taking vacations because they don't work anyway.
Right.
You take vacations because you slave. You got to vacate.
God damn.
And they could bring your mind right back. That's why I said prisoners are allowed to walk the yard. But then what you got to end up doing? Go back into the cell. Yeah. So, like, go ahead, Doc. I'm sorry.
Colonel Wakan, sir. The Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. Verse 16. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we.
Damn, eventually, look. Abimelech made, and you know what's so wicked about this? Abimelech had made a covenant back when we read earlier about some months ago. He made a covenant with 7 ewe lambs with Abraham that he would do right by because he wanted Abraham. Abraham was so strong. He was like, "Yo, let's make this deal that you do right by my son's sons, that your sons don't harm my sons." And they already and then Abraham, it said Abraham checked him for that. It was like, "Yo, your people attacked my herdsmen because of the wells I dug, and they robbed it from them with violence." And then he's like, "It's cool. Let's make an agreement." What does that remind you of? The oppressor come in, take the Native Indians' land, murder them, and they say, "Let's make a covenant."
Right. Good night.
All right. Look, these are the boundary lines. We good now. And then what do he do the next year? Go do another, take more land. And then what do he do? Make another covenant, make another agreement. They don't keep their word.
Right.
This is why Gad and Reuben called them the men with forked tongues.
Right.
Because they spoke out of two sides of their mouth. Amalek, you think this is the Amalek that Abraham dealt with? No, this is Amalek's son dealing with Isaac. And they do, and look, they doing the same stuff. They make these laws saying we have the right to vote and affirmative action, and then what do? They shoot us in the streets.
All right.
Oh, y'all can go to any college y'all want, but then they do no-knock warrants and kill our daughters and kill our wives and kill our brothers and our uncles, so I can unalive our brothers and our uncles. You understand? They make these laws and agreements, but then in real life they're doing harm to us, man. So then what? So when we say, "Hey, man, we're being unalive, we're being oppressed," nah, man, you have free opportunity here. Look, they made affirmative action for y'all. They don't have it for nobody else. It's just for y'all. Wow, when foreigners come into the country, they give them visas and tax-free loans to start businesses that they ain't got to pay back for 5 years.
Right.
Then we go into these Moabite chicken spots to get our wings, and they look at us on the gaming machines like, "You sit here all day, all day, play the game." That's what happened. I went to get some wings. My brother Gahangabar put me onto a wing spot. It was ran by the Moabites, and it was two sisters on the gaming machines, and they won. And the Moabites was over there. Called her husband. Look, like $100. How much you win? How much you win? Sister's like $100. All day for $100. Looking at our people like we're like, how you on the game all day?
Right.
You got because listen, their restaurant was in a gas station. Now I want to call it corner store, but whatever you want to call it. It was the store for the gas station, but they had a restaurant there. They're getting money hand over fist. The gas, the selling the products in the store, drinks, and then Salakia, right around the corner from us, it's a gas station, store, whatever. My brother Abban Zion go up in there. And I asked when I went up in there, I was on priest time because I was on some like silent violence. Like, right. How you doing? He gonna ask after I give him the car. I'm like, man, that's too late. You want to speak after I give you my car? Like, and he looking like, a bond go up in there. He tell me they offered him weed. Yeah, offered him weed. And I'm really about to tell all of our brothers don't even go up in there no more. Don't spend no more money. Don't buy. I don't get nothing from there no more. And then Abban asked him, he was like, these are Pakistanis. He asked me, he said, "Nah," he's like, I don't do that. As a priest should. He was like, "Do y'all do it?" He's like, "Oh, no. But you pitching it to our people. They just took the place over. Right. How did you get this spot? On a government loan. Right. That you got to pay back for 5 to 10 years. We went to a council meeting where all these Elamites and Ishmaelites are up in there, and Edom was advocating for them because they had vape shops and cigarette shops. Right. And the council, which is mainly Black and Hispanic and Native Indian, they were trying to put out legislation to say that they can't have their stores around high schools. And this is a Black community, a Black Hispanic community. And they were in there mad saying, "You're stopping our business." Right. I moved here from overseas from Afghanistan. One of them was from Afghanistan, right? Okay. I moved from Afghanistan from leaving that over there. And I set up my business. How can I feed my children if you shut down my business? I was on fire up in there. Right. This is at basically in the hills, not the mountains, but the hills. Right. The hills mean the lower local governments. Right. And these other nations are in there making sure that the name of Israel will be no more remembrance. How can I feed my kids if I don't sell your kids vapes, which destroy our people, or be able to pitch them drugs from inside the store? Right. Ain't no police raiding their spots, but they go into the apartments, into the projects, raiding our houses, no knocks to find what? A couple ounces, a pound, and they up in the store selling it. Plugging up the wells, man.
Oh my!
But they want to come make covenants. Salaki, go ahead. My bad.
If I could, just bring a precept.
It's gonna be hot, yo.
This is Psalms 55 and 20. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant. Verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Man, read that again. Y'all hear what this brother bringing out? He talking about the spirit of our oppressors. Not just not just Edom, all of our oppressors. This is how they operate. And it's showing it right here. Read it again.
Come on, sir. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
That's how that's what we experience, man. And it don't change. That's why the scriptures say never trust our enemy, man. You know what I'm saying? As rust wipeth away, it's going to return again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody was, I think Officer Baraka had posted a video where it's some people that were doing like the, Martin Luther King, Black History Month or whatever, right? It's so sad, right? But he posted a video where one of the civil rights activists that had participated in the sit-ins, he's given a breakdown of his experience,
right? And
he's basically saying like, yo, I went and fought to eat at this restaurant, and then the food they brought me was trash.
Good night.
Because it was cooked by our oppressor. Like, we're fighting to be in their spaces, and we don't even enjoy what they make. We don't even like their food. And that's the crazy part. How do we have Moab selling us chicken, fried wings?
Right.
It's crazy. And then like Turkey Leg Hut has been under assault out there in Houston. Like they about to shut down. And then I think the husband and wife who own it, they get a divorce. They've been attacking them so much. Like the neighbors were upset about the smoke and the smell early in the morning. Like when does KFC get complaints about stuff like that, or Popeyes? You know who it's ran by? They selling us our own culture, making us pay for what we do. Sorry, go ahead, I just keep reading.
Sir. Verse 17. And Isaac departed thence and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. Verse 18. And Isaac digged again the wells of water which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham.
How many accounts do you have, Isaac? Scroll that down quick. Let me see how many names he. No, scroll up. Scroll. Who was that? It says, what did I say, Tanya?
Yeah, Tanya.
Hold on. What did I say? All people that may look similar are not our chosen people. Yeah, you're right, Tanya. Just because, what's that say? Skin folk don't make us kinfolk.
Right.
Yeah, you're right, Tanya. But hey, Isaac, how many accounts do you have? Obed, Israel, you got. Come on, man. You really like. What's that video Eminem did? Stan.
Right.
You really a Stan, bro.
Right.
You got a lot of time on your hands, man, to be coming up in here with all this. Well, what you say? We are going to have to claim our identity on this land and claim this land as our God-given land for the time. We must claim our God-given rights and come out from under the jurisdiction of the U.S. Let me say this to you, Isaac, or whatever, Obed. We're not coming out of anything until Christ comes.
Right.
When Christ comes, that's when we coming up out of this. The scriptures say, and I'm just paraphrasing, that it's going to be no more said, the Lord that delivered us out of the land of Egypt,
right.
But it's going to be said, the Lord that delivered the children of Israel out of the land of the north.
Right.
That's when we coming up out of here. We not doing anything. What we're doing is we're getting ourselves in order. We're coming back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what we're doing.
I'm right.
You understand? We not doing nothing outside of that. This is why all these other attempts failed. Nat Turner, which I still salute that brother,
right.
But Nat Turner or the Black Panthers, that's why none of these movements work, because We're not doing anything.
Right.
All what we have to do is what the Lord said to do in these scriptures. Keep reading, Salaki.
Colonel Wakan, sir. For the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he called their names after the names by which his father had called them.
Right. And see, and what's that showing? Isaac respected what his father had laid down.
Right.
The same way Commander General Yohana is the way he got it laid down to him from the seven heads. That's how he's giving it to us, untampered with.
Right.
We not tweaking the order. He did exactly what his father did, and that's what we don't do.
Right.
I saw a video where they were asking they were talking like the basketball players about whether or not they should hold their parents down, and the basketball players was like, nah, I mean, we, you know what I'm saying, like actually the dad was like, nah, he shouldn't do anything for me because I didn't ask him to be here. I'm thinking to myself, like, why are we putting this in? Like, who discusses things?
Right.
You don't see these other nations talk like that about separating from their parents and not holding their parents down. When you hear that, listen, let me explain something for y'all who don't know. The law that says that we're supposed to honor our father and our mother, that's talking about taking care of them in their old age. That's really what that's talking about. It's not talking about like whatever they say or do, you just be okay with it. Because if your parents eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, you can say, well, I'm honoring them because they cook the food, so I got to eat it. No. Honoring your mother and your father means taking care of them in their old age because they took care of you when you couldn't take care of yourself. So when they hit the age where they can't take care of themselves, you honor them by taking care of them.
That's right.
That's what it's talking about.
Right.
And you got these because they're getting checks of $100 million. Or I can't buy them a house and buy. No, you better take care of your parents. I'm not saying you got to buy them $1 million home, but you take care of your parents until they leave up out of here.
Right.
And now the oppressors put it in our heads that we got to separate from our parents because we get the bag now. It's evil, man. Keep reading, Knock.
Oh, that's it on that, sir.
Oh, that's it? Okay, Salakia.
This is Genesis 26 and 19 in the Hebrew. Wayah Salakia. Wayah Kapa Rawa. I the Raya Salakia. I Badia. Yatazak. Banakal. Waya Mataza Awa. Shum. Ba'ara. Salakia. Ba'ar. Mayam. Kayayam. Verse 20. Waya Rayabwa. Ra'aya Yaha. So like Ra'aya Ya. Gorara. Aim. Ra'aya. Yatzazak. La Amar. La Noah. Hamayam. Waya Kwara'a. Shum. Haba'ar. Ashikwa. Kaya. Hata Shakura. I'm Rawa. Verse 21. Waya Kapawa. Ba'ara Salakia. Ba'ara Salakia. Ba'ara. Hakaratha. Waya Rayabwa. Rayabwa. Gum. Al Yaha. Waya Kwara'a. Shamaha. Shatanaha. Verse 22. wa ya I taqwa masham wa ya kapara ba'ara salaki ata 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 ratha akha salaki akha rath wala'a rabawa al 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 yaha wa ya kwara'a shamaha rakha baratha wayamar kaya aithaha hara hara kaya hara karab kayab Yahweh lanawa rapa raya rapa raya nawa ba'arataza verse 23 waya waya al waya al mashayam ba'ara Shabbai, verse 24. Waya waya ra'ah al yawa Yahweh, but bala yala ha wa'ah wayamar ana ana kaya Allah haya abaryam abaya abayaka all the ya ra'ah kaya atha atha athak athak ana kaya wabad rana rabah raka thayak waha rabah yathaya atha zara 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 zaraika but I barawa abaryam ibadya verse 25 wayaban sham mata mazad bakha waya kwara'a basham Yahweh wayath sham aha lawa wayad karawa sham ibadya yatazak ba'ara verse 26 wa'a baya malak halak Allah Allah rawa magarawa wa'a kata wa'a kazat wa'a khatazath mara I hawa wapa yakal Shar, Taza, Tazaba, Salakia, Tazaba, Tazabaawa, verse 27. Wayamar, Alaham, Yatzazak, Madar, Wa'ai, Ba'atham, Alya, Wayatham, Shana Atham, Athaya, Waya Shalah Koranaya, Ma'a Thakam, Ma'athakam, verse 28. Waya Atharuwa, wa Ra'awa, Ra'a Yanawa, Kaya, Hayaha, Yahweh, Imaka, Wayamar, Thahaya, Naya, Alaha, Baya Naratha, Yanawa, Baya Naya, Bana, Salakia, Baya Naya Nawa, Waba Yana, Waba Yanara, Yanaka, Waka, Salakia, Wana Karathaha, Baraath, Imalak. All right.
Hold on real quick. All right. Let me listen. It's the last time I'm gonna address you. You know what I'm saying? You know, you like a fan in the stands,
Right.
commenting on players in the game,
Right.
comment on the coach in the game. You cut yourself with a Hosea 1:10 and 11. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the scriptures. You're an individualite. You know what I'm saying? You like a lone, you just like a lone body just running your mouth.
Right.
You understand? You cut yourself on Hosea 1:10 11. That's why I just let you keep typing. Like it's really like it's almost like a female.
Right.
I don't read long texts from my women.
Right.
I don't even read them. They can write what they want to write, get it all out. You know what I mean? They can type whatever. I'm not reading all that.
Right.
And but you said that you made a distinction between jurisdiction and land. The scripture that you cite that you brought up, right? Verse 11 says, "Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together." Who else is doing that but the ISUPK?
Damn right.
We saying we're the body of Christ, and that all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to come together.
Right.
Like for Passover in Durham, North Carolina, we invite everybody to come. You understand? Commander General Yohana is carrying on the work of what the seven heads laid down.
Right.
Who else is doing that?
Right.
These other fake Israelite Christian groups are breaking off and making more groups and dividing. That's why Christ said, either you gather with me or you scatter.
Right.
Commander General Yohana is gathering. Okay.
Damn right.
And it says, and appoint themselves one head. Commander General Yohana is putting out to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that Christ is our king. We don't need to be voting, participating in none of this nonsense that's going on here, but we need to gather ourselves together under Christ,
right.
Which means what? Under the government. We are, the ISUPK is the government of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's the bottom line.
Right.
And you don't know that because you're not within the body. You're outside of the body.
Yeah, damn right.
You know what I'm saying? You're like a germ or something. You know what I mean? Or what they call it, appendages.
Right.
You're a cut off appendage,
right.
And that's why you're wither away. And you decompose because you're not in the body. You're not even alive.
Right.
You're not even living. You understand? You what Christ referred to when the brother said, I want to follow you, and Christ was like, he's like, but let me go bury my father first. Christ said, let the dead bury the dead.
Damn right.
He's talking about you.
Damn
That's
right.
You're not alive because you're not with us.
Right.
Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, it said, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land. So how does that represent coming out from under the jurisdiction? We physically leave the land, and no matter where we're going, we're going to deal with the same thing. That's the whole point of what's going on right here with Isaac. Isaac wasn't in America;
Right.
he was in the land of the land of Canaan,
Right.
going through the same thing. It don't matter where we're at.
Right.
Coming up from under the jurisdiction means coming up under these laws, such as the commandments. And who else is doing about the ISUPK? We live by these laws.
Right.
You cut yourself, man, and you simple Simon. So we're gonna move on from that. Go ahead and read out.
Sir. This is the book of Genesis.
Oh, Salaki. Shout out to Maya Call, Most High in Christ, sis. I'm glad that you got that understanding. And shout out to you know what I'm saying, my sis. All everybody that's in that's in the class. Shout out to all my Agwathian, but sister Marcia, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to you too, sis. You know what I mean? I'm glad that you know what I'm saying. It's hitting y'all like that. But go ahead.
So this is the book of Genesis, chapter 26 and verse 19. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley and found there a well of springing water.
That's what we always do. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, when our oppressors come and take from us, we always find new ways. But we have to what we have to realize is that we're not in our rest. You know what I'm saying? The ISUPK is like I was saying, Ezekiel, it's a little sanctuary for us.
Right.
These schools that we build, it's for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to come in and get into their world, into their society, and get, it's like a portal from the world into our culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The world that Christ died for. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just a society. It's an opportunity for you to come into the society that we're building. So when Christ comes, he has a kingdom to rule over. The kingdom is not a physical location. You understand? It's the understanding of these laws, statutes, and commandments, and brotherhood, and how we're supposed to deal with each other according to what the Lord had gave us.
Right.
Our culture. All right. Go ahead, Art.
So verse 20. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water is ours. And he called the name of the well Esek.
This is what they do, right? You buy some land, and they'll say, oh, we have the mineral rights or the water rights to that land that you live on.
Good night.
You know what I'm saying? It belongs to us. Well, but this belonged to my family for 3 generations. Oh yeah, but we went to the deeds office in the, you know what I'm saying, in the state house and bought the rights to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're thieves. This is why I say in Obadiah, like, the grape growlers would leave some grapes. They want it all.
Right. Why?
Because Isaac dug and did the work, but now they want to say, oh, the work you did, that don't mean nothing. That belongs to us. Right now, they having a real estate not real estate, but a state purchase of Michael Jackson's music.
Right.
They're putting it up for sale. Michael Jackson was actually buying the rights to these former artists' catalogs and was making billions off of it. He was making he wasn't even making just money off of his music. He was buying up the Beatles. And I just watched a video on this where he had like 6 famous artists, music artists' catalogs. And he was just getting just the rights and the royalties off of that, man. And now that he's dead, they're trying to sell his estate and the music that he made. That's what we build and what we develop. They take it. How the hell is Taco Bell selling more tacos than the food trucks?
Right.
Taco Bell is not even real. It's not even real Mexican food.
Right.
It's trash.
Right.
I only knew that the taco. Shout out to Sister Casala. You know what I'm saying? My sister, a righteous sister, hardworking sister.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Excellent cook. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Just a little spicy sometimes.
Not real.
So like that's what you said. But I didn't find out that a taco was flat. She invited the brothers to her home, cook for us, and it was a little round joint. I'm like, what is it? It was a taco. I'm like, what? Because we got imposters trying to sell us back our culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? But so like, go ahead, my bad.
Come, sir. And they called the name of the well Esek because they strove with him.
Right. Everything that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans trying to build for ourselves, it's a fight.
Right.
To try to keep what's ours. That's why this what we have right here on the Command General Yohana, we gotta fight for it too, because life is about war. We gotta fight to keep our culture, man.
Right.
But this thing is spiritual, it's not material. That's gonna come. When Christ come and he destroy all these nations and take all the crowns and the rulership from all these principalities and these kingdoms, and everything is solidified up under him, then the material things is gonna be there.
Right.
All this slavery and all this stuff, we gotta worry about that no more. But the thing that we gotta lock down is the culture, is the spiritual things.
Right.
Because that's the morality. You know what I'm saying? The sexy red is getting paid. She got Cubans on Cubans. Glorilla, right? They getting to the bread, they getting to the money. Right. But what don't they have? The morality. So that's why they still getting robbed. Go ahead, Oxlack. Is any more on that?
Sir. Verse 21. And they digged another well and strove for that also. And he came, and he called the name of it Sitna. Verse 22. And he moved from thence and digged another well. And for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth.
Rehoboth. Right. And the Lord will give us, if we serve the Lord, we're gonna go through stuff, but eventually the Lord will give us a space to grow. We just got to keep digging and keep fighting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. A lot of times, like, we get to the point, it's like, man, I don't want to do this no more. But we gotta be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like predictability, availability, consistency. You got to keep doing the same thing sometimes, and then eventually the Lord will give you space. But you got to keep working at it. I don't mean working for the oppressor. I'm talking about working for the Most High.
Right.
Serving the Most High. You keep at serving the Lord, He's gonna give you space. The thing that you're looking for is gonna come. You just gotta stay at it. Go ahead. Hey, come on, sis. I was just messing with her. Quit doing that.
And he said, "For now the Lord hath made room for us."
Oh, snap! Good night. I didn't know that was there, man. Most High in Christ. I didn't even know that. Good night. Most High in Christ. Dang. The Lord gonna do it. You just gotta, like I say, I don't mean stay at your slave and in the mindset of, I gotta keep working the slave. I'm talking about working for the Lord. Go ahead. So like it.
Sir. And we shall be fruitful in the land. Verse 23.
Right.
And he went up from thence to Beersheba. Verse 24. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham, thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and I will bless thee and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he builded an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well.
Hold on, Salaki, hold on. Let me get... And let them know what's going on. Right?
Yeah, cool, sir.
No, man. Come on, fly guy. Come on, man. All right. Step up from the service, please. Hey, I'm leaving the door unlocked, sir. Good night. Good night. Hey, Salaki, y'all. That was my camp leader. You know what I'm saying? My Lord, Officer Karab, at the door. I had to get up and go see about that. You know what I mean? But no sweat. But go ahead.
If I come to start on verse 24. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham, thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee and will bless thee and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake.
Real talk, man. Like all we got to do is hold on. And that's why we say, you know, Christ said he that endures to the end is going to be saved. You know what I'm saying? We got to endure. We got to be consistent. That's the last verse? Okay, no sweat. But we got to endure to the end, be consistent. And the Lord he going to show. He going to let you know. You're going to go through your battles. But in the end, the Lord is going to make room. He going to make space for us. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 25. And he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants digged a well.
Listen, man, this is what we doing in Killeen, Texas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like the school, we ain't gonna call it no altar, but it's where we call the name of the Most High.
Right.
You understand? That's what the Sabbath service is, man. When we send these prayers up, you know what I mean?
Right.
And in Killeen, Texas, you know what I'm saying? It's Officer Karab and his mighty men digging these wells. You dig what I'm saying?
I'm right.
All right, go ahead.
Sir. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar and Ahuzath, one of his friends, and Philakal, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, wherefore come ye to me?
Listen, they did the same thing to Abraham. They did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Good night. And this is the same general.
Right.
Now the general's with Amalek's son. Go ahead.
Seeing ye hate me and have sent me away from you.
Right, like why you coming to holler at me? Look, he listen. They basically pushed his business about the city. He go ahead and leave and find the Lord give him another spot to, you know what I'm saying, and he get it popping over there. He turned up over there. Then they come to him when he didn't left. He's like, why y'all approaching me for it? What you want? Because you know why? The heathens know they need us for their kingdom to stand. They need us.
Right.
That's why they come to us, because they can't do it without us. Go ahead, Art. Seeing you hate us. At least Isaac knew.
Right.
Some of our people, we don't know that they hate us.
Right.
We get some TANF, some SNAP, some WIC, you know what I'm saying, some food stamps, you know what I'm saying, some affirmative action, and we think that's love.
Right.
No, Isaac knew y'all hate us.
Right.
Keep that in your minds, Black Spanish Native Indians. Don't worry about them calling us a hate group. They hate you.
Right.
They hate you, and they show it. They say that we hate, but we feed everybody.
Right.
Our food and clothing drives, we clothe and feed everybody because Commander John Yohana told us to do so.
Right.
Christ told us to do so. He healed that white woman's daughter.
Right.
We hand out the crumbs. We feed anybody who need it.
Right.
But we prefer our people.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
Council, verse 28. And they said, we saw certainly that the Lord was with thee.
See, look at that. Your enemies know it. When you walk into them hair stores, them Chinese hair stores, you walk into them restaurants, they know the Lord is with you.
Right.
And that's why they hate you. Don't let them use the reverse psychology you teaching hate. No, we're not teaching no hate. Like the sister Tanya had said earlier. The words that are written in the scriptures are not hate.
Right.
They ain't speaking hate. It's love.
Right.
It's the Lord's love for his people and him teaching us to love each other.
Right.
Go ahead, Oxalakia.
And we said, let there now be an oath betwixt us.
Here they come again with another contract. Let's make a new contract. The only contract you should be worried about is your contract with the Most High.
Damn right.
Make sure you handling that. The Lord will deal with this other crap, and eventually they're gonna come to us again.
Right.
They always do. Go ahead.
Even between us and thee.
Good night.
And let us make a covenant with thee.
Good night. Listen, this is why I said in the beginning, in Deuteronomy 7, when he said, thou shalt make no covenant with them. Do you understand when he told Moses that? They were in the same land that Isaac was in.
Right.
The land of Canaan.
Right.
And what was Isaac kept and Abraham doing? Making covenants with them.
Right.
But the Lord was saying, don't make no covenants with them, because the Lord had already watched what they own. And you gotta listen, the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Damn
we
right.
can't make no agreements with them. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do business, but you better understand who you're doing business with.
Right.
And keep it business.
Right.
But don't be making no marriages with them and no agreements with them. Why? Because they always gonna do us harm. Because they don't want to see our people in power. There ain't no in between. There ain't no gray area. It's no lukewarm. It's either you cold or you hot. Either we in power and they serve us, or they in power and we serve them.
Right.
That's it. Ain't no in betweens. All right. So with that, we're gonna close out. I guess we leaving off of what, Genesis 26 and 28.
Yes, sir.
For next week. And man, shout out to Officer RBR, man. You know what I'm saying? I love this brother. You know what I'm saying? Holding us down for the Sabbath service. We're gonna close out there. And with that, Imajin, which means to stand. We're gonna salute from right here. You know what I'm saying?
La Yashala.
La Yashala. All right. We're going to salute the Taurus. Yahweh Bashem Yah Shabarak Yah.
Yahweh Bashem Yah Shabarak Yah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and do the prayers. Sar Hakwadam, which means turn face to east.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Qudash.
Qudash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakaka.
Malakaka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Barataza.
Barataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Lathananawa.
Lathananawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknawa.
Wasalaknawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabi'anawa.
Tabi'ayanawa.
Banasai one.
Banasai one.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawshanawa.
Hawshanawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Ra.
Ra.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wahala'ah.
Wahala.
Wahatapara.
Wahatapara.
La'awalamya.
La'awalamya.
Aman.
Aman. In English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth, as it is in
as
heaven.
it is in heaven.
Give us this day,
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts,
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not,
Lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us,
deliver us
from evil.
from
For thine is the
For thine
kingdom,
is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. This is the prayer for the power, the Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Babu Kushah.
Babu Kushah.
Lathananawa.
Lathananawa.
Hakak.
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 La Pa'ah.
La Pra'ah.
Kal Makalah.
Kal Makalah.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Latahar.
Ha Matazarian.
Ha Matazarian.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Laha Kwayam.
Laha Kwayam.
Hamathiam.
Hamathiam.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Arakawat.
Arakawat.
Hatama Allah.
Hatama Allah.
Lagarshan.
Lagarshan.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Tawada Aman.
Tawada Aman. In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of
The power to
sickness.
heal all manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean
to
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahariam.
Ahariam.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azaria.
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 Ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Aisha.
Shemayam.
Shemayam.
Wa'ratazah.
Wa'ratazah.
Ayathan.
Ayathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Ayanawam.
Ayanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yah.
Al-Yah.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Walayala.
Walayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Makara.
Makara.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'athka.
Taza'athka.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawa'aka.
Mata.
Mata.
Wa'ad.
Wa'ad.
Awalam.
Awalam. In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the
I will
hills.
lift up mine eyes to the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and
who
earth.
made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold, he that keepeth Israel
Behold, he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
Yahweh is
hand.
thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth,
From this time forward,
even forevermore.
even forevermore. The prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew.
Don't sweat.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah
Wa
Yahweh.
Yahweh Shah.
Why Yahweh Shai?
Wa Ma Yaka'ala.
Salakia. Why? What? Ma Yaka'ala. Salakia.
Salakia. Wa Allah Salakia. Wa Salakia.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazaba'ah.
Matazaba'ah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapium.
Ha Alawapyam.
Ha Saranyum.
Ha Saranyam.
Hakwa Tazayanyum.
Ha Kwatazayanyam.
Hakar Yayawyum.
Ha Kal Yayalyam.
Wa Wathiam.
Wa Akwapyam.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
By Hashem Yahweh
Ba
Shah.
Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Tawada Aman.
Tawada Aman. In the English. See them? In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
And commanding General Yohana.
And Commander General
The
Yohana.
generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damayalaka.
Al Damayalaka.
Al Takarash.
Al Takaraj.
Al Tashakwat.
Al Tashakwat.
All. Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awayabyaka.
Awayabyaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Makah.
Al Makah.
It's like it. Ya'ar Rayamwa.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah. Wayata.
Ya ai tazawa.
Ya ai tazawa.
Al tazapawanka.
Al tazapawanka.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam.
Magawa.
Magawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Shamya Sha'ala.
Shamya Sha'ala.
Awada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa ai tazawa.
Nawa ai tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka.
Baryath.
Baryath.
Yakarthwa.
Yakarthwa.
Ahawya.
Ahawya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashamai.
Wayashamai.
Al Yaham.
Al Yaham.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Palashath.
Palashath.
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gumashawar.
Gumashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Amam.
Amam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawa.
Zarawa.
Labunya Lawat.
Labunya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Kamadyan.
Kamadyan.
Kasaya Sarah.
Kasaya Sarah.
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Koyashwan.
Koyashwan.
Nishadmawa.
Neshabawa.
Ba'andara.
Ba'andara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Nada.
Nada.
Yamawa.
Yamawa.
Ka'aru Salaki. Karab.
Karab.
Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Abba.
Wakaza Abba.
Wakal Tazamana.
Wakal Tazamana.
Called Nasa Yakamwa.
Call Nasa Yakamwa.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Nayarash.
Naarash.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Ath. Na'awath.
Nawath.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Kagagala.
Kagagala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya Rakah.
Lapanya Rakah.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Shabia Ari Ira.
Dabya Arya Ira.
Wakala Abba.
Wakal Abba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Haryam.
Haryam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tharadapma.
Tharadapma.
Basa Irika.
Basa Irika.
Wabasa Wapathka.
Wabasa Wapafka.
Tabahalam.
Tabalaham.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kuala One.
Kuala One.
Wayaba Kwashwa.
Wayaba Kwashwa.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wayab Ba'awa.
Wayaba Awa.
Aija Ai.
Aya Ai.
Waya Karapa.
Waya Karapa.
Waya Abadwa.
Waya Badwa.
Waya Da'aiwa.
Waya Da'aiwa.
Kayata.
Kayata.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Al Yawan.
Al Yawan.
Al Karatazan.
Al Karatazan. In English, keep not thy silence, O power.
Keep not thy silence, O
and hold
power.
not thy peace.
And hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O power.
And be not still, O
For
power.
lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
For lo, thine enemies make a
And
tumult.
they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy
and
people.
consulted against thy hidden
And
ones.
consulted against thy hidden
They have
ones.
said,
They have said,
Come, let us cut them off.
Let us cut them
from
off.
being a nation.
From being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
That the name of
May
Israel.
be no more remembrance.
May be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together.
With one consent.
With one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate against
the
thee.
tabernacles of Edom.
Tabernacles of Edom.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites.
Of Moab.
Of Moab.
The Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Ammon.
Ammon.
Amalek.
Amalek.
The Philistines.
The Philistines.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur is also joined with them.
Ashur is also joined with
them. They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As unto Sisera.
As unto Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to Jabin.
At the brook of Kison.
At the brook of Kison.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Like Zied.
Like Zied.
They all their princes.
They all their princes.
As Zabah.
As Zabah.
As Zamunah.
And as Zamunah.
Who said,
Let
us take to ourselves.
Let us take to ourselves.
The houses of the power.
The houses of the power.
In possession.
In possession.
Oh my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like a wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
As the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them.
So persecute
with
them
thy tempest.
With thy tempest.
And make them afraid.
And make them afraid.
With thy storm.
With thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
That they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded.
Let them be confounded.
In trouble forever.
In trouble forever.
Yea, let them be put to shame.
Yea, let them be put to shame.
And perish.
And perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou whose name alone.
That thou whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Is Yahweh.
Art the most high.
Art the most high.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth.
You want to do it?
Oh, this one.
I'm cool right now.
Okay, yeah.
Salaki, good night. Gonna do a courtesy salute to the brothers. Salaki, men of Israel. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah.
That's Matah. Star turn face the sisters. Men of Israel. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim Barak. Yahweh Shemal Atam Shem Yahshua. That's Matah. Salaki, class dismissed. See y'all next week, man.